Hi, Leadership in Your Book. I miss you so much, but we have some work that needs to get done today. So, if you didn't know, September, actually September 15th, but we're going to use all of September, is Latinx Heritage Month. Now, we'll talk more about it's officially titled Hispanic Heritage Month, but we'll talk a little bit more about the terms that are often used. So, the difference between Hispanic, Latino, Latinx, Chicano, Chicanx, when I return. So today for your check-in, you should have talked a little bit about your own cultures, added images and text to kind of share something about your own personal culture. Well, in September, we do celebrate the Latinx heritage and culture and people and places and the histories of many different Latinx countries. And so your assignment today is that we're going to be creating a calendar that will be placed onto our school-wide Canvas account. Counselors will put it on their page, and once we get the activities page up and running, we'll be posting it there as well. That way, all of our students can learn a little bit about this month, a little bit about Latinx history and people and cultural events and things like that. So let me show you what to do. You are going to head over to our Canvas page, and on our Canvas agenda, you're going to see the actual PowerPoint document. So you're going to go ahead and click on that. And right now, the share settings is open for everybody to edit, but it won't always be that way because, we don't want all students editing our work. Directions are on the first page, but I'm going to walk you through them a little bit. So first of all, linked is a planning document. Now the planning document is important so that we are organized amongst ourselves and we know what the heck we're doing. On the planning document, I'd like each student to sign up for a day. Now there are 30 days in September and there are 30 of you all. I went ahead and I did the first page just as an introduction, so that's my topic, Latinx Heritage Month Introduction. You can also double up and take on two different pages as a team, so if you decide to work in partners, for example, let's say we have Ilse and Charlotte. Thank you in advance for letting me use you as an example. And let's say they're going to take on September 2nd. So then they're going to decide what their topic for September 2nd is going to be. Now, since there's two of them working together, it makes sense that they take on two different days. So perhaps they want to work on Latinx Heritage Month, and we know that Mexican Independence Day is happening on the 16th, so that is definitely a topic that's already pre-populated. I only have two that are pre-populated, so you actually get to choose the topic that you would want to talk about, which is kind of cool. And don't worry if you don't know anything about these days or even about Latinx heritage. That's what today's class period is about, doing a little bit of research. As a leader, you're often going to be in the position of teaching others, and one thing you should always do before you teach others is do your research. Learn a little bit about it, really dig in. Don't just check one source online. Look for several, right? See if you can find better information. Make sure you're checking what type of websites you're looking at. If you're getting all your information from Wikipedia, do you think that's allowed? No. As an ELA teacher, I'm going to tell you right now it's not, okay? So look at different options as you're doing some research. Okay, so what are you doing? So you're going to use that planning document to sign up. That way I also know who to give credit for and who to check in with when I'm giving some feedback on some of the different slides. Do not alter the basic format of the slide, but you can decorate it however you like. What do I mean by that? Well, you may notice off here to the side, it looks like a calendar, right? One of those daily calendars. And actually it's going to flip pages. So it'll look really cool, like we're actually flipping a calendar. So you're not going to mess with these particular things at the top. They're already dated and ready to go. What you can mess with, if you take a look here, it's also going to continuously say celebrating Latinx Heritage Month Hoover Leadership in Yearbook. So we want to make sure we're doing that so we can market ourselves. And once we choose a final logo, then we'll just have our logo on everything. It'll be cool. But you can kind of design what the rest of this white space looks like. So for the first one, as an introduction to Latinx heritage, I decided that I would want a bunch of different Latinx flags. So I went ahead and I Google searched that and found an image that I liked. I took that image, and if you right click, you can actually order whether the image goes to the front, the back, etc. So if I bring it to the front, you can see this is what it looks like. There's a couple other tricks that I'll show you guys on PowerPoint. One of them, if you click on the image itself, and then you go to format options, you can actually play with the transparency. So transparency is how kind of see-through it is. If I lower the transparency, I can't see through it at all. I wanted to lighten it up because I wanted the text to be able to be seen over it. So I did change the transparency a little bit, and then it's kind of covering things still. So I'm going to right click, hit order, and hit send to back. So now I've created a little background for myself, which I kind of like. The next thing I did was add my own little square, or rectangle rather, to add some information. Since it's the first one, I decided that this one would really just share what Latinx Heritage Month is about. So I wrote, this month was chosen to celebrate the cultures, traditions, and people in Latin countries across the globe, especially because so many Latinx countries celebrate their independence this month. And then I give a quick little list. So Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua actually celebrate on September 15th, which is the first official day. And then it goes from the 15th of September to the 15th of October. And then Mexico and Chile have different dates. Mexico is the 16th. I believe Chile is the 18th. I'll have to double check that. All right. So, and then that's my first page. So there's a variety of things you can do. You can look up different individuals. Let me go back to the slide. You can look up different individuals. Another thing that I hadn't put in here is there's also cultural events and things that we can talk about as well. So for example, there's folklorico, right? That's a program that we have on our school. So even dedicating a page to what is folklorico, what is mariachi. These are all programs we have on campus, but talking a little bit about the history of them. So it doesn't just have to be people, it can also be events, traditions, things like that, right? Talking about what is the sarape, and why that's important. Even in some cases, breaking down like what does the logo on the Mexican flag mean? And different things like that. So you don't have to just choose a person to highlight. It can be a tradition, it can be a cultural thing. Maybe on some days we can have recipes, right? Like chile rellenos or tamales, or something that is cultural. You can even find like a specific region, right? Not everywhere makes their tamales the same, right? Not everywhere there's different estilos, right? Different styles of a particular food or dress or something like that. So our goal with this is really to think outside the box and think about who are the people, what are the traditions, what are some of the cultural information that we can provide to our school to teach them about Latinx heritage. Another one I'm thinking of is like, what's the meaning of papel picado? Right? And then you can, even if you are talking about recipes, you can have an image of the dish, you can have the recipe, you can talk a little bit about the history, whatever you like. So what you would be doing, let me go back to the directions here. You're going to use a combination of images and text to teach about the person, tradition, place, or event that has happened. What I would like you one thing to be careful of course you can use images, but do not just copy and paste information, okay? That's cheating. So what I want you to do instead is really read about that information. Like I said, look at multiple sources. Read and make sure you understand it, and then put it into your own words. remember that this is kind of a small one-page little calendar thing. So really we're looking for what are some bullet points, right? So down at the bottom, I included some folks that are probably a little bit more well known, that you might have a little bit more experience with, and might be a good starting point for people to go ahead and choose individuals. For example, Frida Kahlo, right? You might have an image of Frida, maybe some of her artwork, and just add some bullet points about, that she was an activist, that she did a lot of these self portraits, maybe some of quotes by her, right? So it doesn't have to be a giant amount of text, but we're reading and we're kind of summarizing and adding bullet points so that students, as they go through this, they can find a few things that they didn't know before. Remember that you're also making this for your peers. So you can totally critique my first page. If you say, hey, Mrs. San, that is not something that students, that's even too much writing, or it doesn't look cool enough, like, let me know. You are the experts when you're talking about your peers, right? So what are things that are going to capture their interest? What are things that they are visually going to like a little bit better, right? And so really think about that, and think about the information you are presenting. I definitely want us to start off, if I go back to, let me go back to this page. If we go back to the planning doc, we really want to make sure that we are highlighting these first couple of dates first, right? So if we double up and we don't get to our second slide, that is okay, but don't start signing up on the 30th, right? Because if we need more time, we can take more time, and we can use some Friday to work on this as well. But if we don't have something for day 2, then we're already losing dates on the calendar, right? And day 3 and day 4. So I really want us to kind of go down the list here. Make sure that we have the first at least 15, 16 days covered as a class before we start signing up for dates at the very bottom. Now, one of our first major events is going to be Fiestas con las Familias. I'm so excited to be back with you all and start planning for that. But this sets a good groundwork. It's a little bit of you guys doing some research, and maybe even based on some of the things that you cover on this calendar, will even give us some of the ideas of what we need to do for Fiestas con las Familias. If you have any questions, I feel a sneeze coming on, sorry. If you have any questions, go ahead and send them to me through Canvas inbox. I think tomorrow I'm going to be a little active on Canvas, just to make sure I'm answering your questions right away. So let me know if you need any support. Those of you that, remember, this is a leadership class, so the first thing I want you to do is rely on each other for support. You have a lot of talents. You have some folks who have done this before, who have already been in our class, so you can totally rely on them or ask them for help and support. So I'm asking you all to kind of step it up. So we have Itzel, Areli, Charlotte, Ilse. Who else do we have for a second time around? Bianca. Is that it? That might be it. I'll have to look back over my roster. So they are familiar with the process, and all of you, from what I can see already, are super creative, and this will be a really good opportunity for you to help each other out. And then, of course, I'm here to help you too, okay? Good luck. I'm so excited to see what you guys come up with. Like I said, I'll be on the Canvas, so if you need something, send me that inbox question. P.S. You can also send me an inbox just to say, hey, I miss you guys. So, just say hello if you get an extra 5 minutes, okay? All right. Good luck. I'm counting on you. You got this, and we'll do what we can. Can't wait to see it. All right. Good luck, everybody.